Hello everyone, and today we're doing a video on discrete probability distributions, and we're going to be using a problem sourced from Elementary Statistics by Mario Triola. It's problem 8, chapter 5-2, and you can find it on page 207. By the end of this video, you should be able to understand the definition of a discrete probability distribution and its associated vocabulary. You'll know the formulas for the mean and the standard deviation, and you'll be able to compute them using technology. So our problem today deals with male color blindness, and it is a discrete probability distribution, and it usually presents itself with this chart form. And the thing you want to make sure of with a discrete probability distribution is that this column right here, the P of X column, adds up to a total of 1 for a complete probability. If you're a little off in either direction, 0.999 or 1.01, that's fine too, that's a rounding error. So before we jump into our problem, we have to define a few things. First, we have to know what a random variable is. Our random variable is usually x, and it is some event with an associated probability. So since we have a chart of x's, random variables, and their associated probabilities, we have what's called a probability distribution, and it usually comes in that chart form like we saw in the previous slide. So the two important formulas for a probability distribution are, for the mean, we need to know that it's equal to the sum of the random variables times their probabilities. So we define that as the sum of x times p of x. The other important formula is for standard deviation, and it's the square root of the sum of our random variables squared times their associated probabilities, p of x, minus the mean squared. Now these may seem complicated, but I'm going to show you how to do them on a TI-83 or 84, and it becomes pretty easy. So to start, we have to find the mean before we find the standard deviation, because we use the mean as part of our standard deviation. So what we want to do is first turn on our calculator and go to the stat editor, which is stat and the first option, edit. We enter our x's in L1 and our p of x's in L2, and in the L3 heading we type in L1 times L2 and hit enter. This calculates a list for us. Now we quit to the home screen, press stat, we go right to calc, and we use our first option of one var stats. We want to change our list to L3 because that's what we want to take the sum of, and then we calculate, and that gives us a sum x, this heading right here, of 0.403. So that's our mean. So now that we know our mean, we can calculate our standard deviation. So to do that, we want to go to the stat edit menu once again, and now we go over to the L4 column, which we're going to make into L1 minus our mean from before, which is 0.403. We square that, then we multiply that parenthesis by L2. So that populates the L4 column for us. So we quit to the home screen, go back to stat, over to calc, select one var stats, and use list 4. Once we calculate that, we now have that summation x of 0.376. And we take the square root of it. As always, additional resources are available. We have tip sheets on our website. The Bedford Math Center and Lowell Math Center have their hours available online, and E-Tutoring is available 24/7 at this URL. And I will be posting a link to the tip sheet associated with these online. Thanks for watching.